We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. An unprecedented indictment. Former President Trump under indictment as part of that investigation into classified documents. We'll look at the charges that he is now facing just ahead. And topping local news, a major shakeup inside the Baltimore Police Department. We're going to look at what lies ahead as Commissioner Harrison prepares to step aside. And it is going to be another day of smoky, hazy conditions outside. We are under a code orange alert for air quality. When things will finally clear up, coming up. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Shannon Lilly. Happening right now, the smoke from those Canadian wildfires is starting to slowly dissipate. Today, we are under a code orange alert. Now, that's better than the code red we saw yesterday. You're taking a live look outside, and you can still see a little bit of thickness in that air. Right now, doctors with Johns Hopkins are talking about the air quality and how it can impact our health. We are going to monitor that briefing and bring you updates at 4. Well, we are taking a closer look at what comes next for the city of Baltimore as we prepare to welcome a new police commissioner. Police Commissioner Michael Harrison announcing he is stepping down. The news coming as a shock to some city leaders who say they did not see it coming.
It's a decision I don't fully understand, and I'll say the mayor has much more information about what's going on in the department, how decisions have been made in the department, for why he decided to make this change.
Harrison is one of the longest-serving city police commissioners since taking his position in March 2019. His contract was set to expire in March 2024 with an earning salary of more than $287,000. His tenure now comes to an end. Commissioner Michael Harrison's departure makes this the 11th change in leadership at BPD since 2000. And now the torch is being passed to Deputy Commissioner Richard Worley. Both Harrison and Mayor Scott say they're supportive of Worley taking the new position. The mayor is making a point to nominate a candidate from within the department. Worley is from Baltimore and has been serving in the police department here for more than 25 years, joining back in 1998. He worked his way up from being a police officer in the Western District to deputy commissioner in 2022 and now interim commissioner. The mayor said Worley has, quote, Old Bay in his blood. Ahead of Worley's confirmation, Fox 45 News spoke with experts who say anytime there's a change in leadership, there's risk involved. Law enforcement expert Jason Johnson says any change at the helm of the Baltimore Police Department can come with problems.
When there's rapid turnover in that role, it has a very devastating impact on the organization. It creates chaos. It creates uncertainty. He's going to have to contend with that, and he's going to have to contend with very complicated Baltimore politics. And that is probably the number one reason that we're looking at our 5th police commissioner in the last 8 years.
Johnson believes the transition could be mild, as interim commissioner Richard Worley says he plans to stay the course. He's been Harrison's number 2 in command. But we want you to join the conversation. Do you think it was the right time for Harrison to step down? So far, 75% say no, it's not the right time. To make your voice heard, head to foxbaltimore.com/vote. Now, you can watch the entire news conference with the mayor and Michael Harrison by heading to our YouTube page. Just search Fox Baltimore to get started. Reactions are pouring in this morning to the unprecedented criminal indictment of former President Donald Trump. He is facing 7 counts in connection with alleged mishandling of classified documents. Documents the FBI says it found at his home in Florida. Sinclair national correspondent Atra El-Nashar reports from Washington on what happens next.
Former president and current presidential candidate Donald Trump facing 7 counts in his first federal indictment, announcing the news himself on Truth Social. Trump says he's been summoned to appear at a federal courthouse in Miami on Tuesday at 3 in the afternoon. What we do know is that the FBI searched the former president's Mar-a-Lago residence last summer, discovering a trove of documents marked classified. Trump's long denied wrongdoing and equates the discovery of these materials to those found in the possession of President Biden and former Vice President Mike Pence. In a Truth Social post Thursday night, Trump coining the phrase for the case, boxes hoax.
I'm an innocent man. We will prove that again. 7 years of proving it, and here we go again. Very unfair.
Many legal experts say the differences in Trump's case is he knew that he was in possession of the materials, and it appears investigators are focused on potential obstruction of officials' efforts to recover them. Some Republicans quick to echo Trump's accusations of bias against the DOJ.
This is the executive branch tonight trying to take out their #1 opponent for the presidency of the United States in 2024.
Regardless of party, all seem to be in agreement. Thursday evening marks a dark moment in history. Trump's allies saying he's unfairly targeted, others pointing to the stark fact that this is the first time in American history that a former president has been indicted on federal charges. In Washington, I'm Atrell Nashar.
All right, thank you, Atra. Here's our look at today's top trending stories. Trending #1. The family of Hae-Min Lee wants the Maryland Supreme Court to reopen the hearing that set Adnan Syed free. Syed's conviction was thrown out last year after then City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby said new DNA evidence came out. But Lee's family says they weren't given time to take part in that hearing, and they want the High Court to take up this case. Trending #2, the second driver in the Beltway crash that killed 6 people is being held without bond. 54-year-old Lisa Lee has been indicted on 28 charges, including manslaughter and aggressive driving. The other driver involved, 20-year-old Malachi Brown, is now on home detention. Trending #3, ahead of the July 1st start date for legal recreational cannabis sales, the state is offering help for small businesses that want to get in on the industry. It's part of the Maryland Cannabis Business Assistance Fund and will help them convert their medical use licenses into adult use licenses. Download the FOX45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, and weather anytime. You can just search WBFF right in your app store. Well, now is the time to start planning your summer vacation. Coming up, how researchers say they figured out the exact number of days you need to take off in order to have a healthy work-life balance. But first, the Bible is taken out of some public schools amid a growing push to ban books. We'll look at the pushback some supporters of book bans are now launching. And sales of masks are surging as the smoke from those wildfires up north continues to impact the air up and down the East Coast. We'll look at how you can protect yourself.
We are looking at improving air quality conditions today, but also a chance for some showers and potentially some storms this afternoon. I'll break down the timeline of the rain and also let you know what to expect for your weekend in a couple of minutes on Fox 45 News Midday.
Fox 45 News, nominated for 26 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other local news stations combined.
Well, we're taking a look at your social stream now. Sales of masks and air filters are surging as people look for relief from the smoke from those Canadian wildfires. Sales surged on Amazon Thursday and Google searches. Well, we are back with a live look over Towson, and things are looking a little bit better today as the smoke from those wildfires in Canada moves out, but we're still under a code orange alert, so don't let your guard down. We're going to tell you how long the alert will last coming up in your full forecast with meteorologist Amy Aronson. Making headlines, gun violence is being partially blamed for a drop in U.S. life expectancy rates. A new study finds life expectancy for Americans is falling behind dozens of countries. The average life expectancy for Americans is now less than 77 years. That's compared to the average life expectancy of a Japanese citizen, which is 85 years old. Experts say drug abuse, lack of health care, and gun violence can all be credited for the lower life expectancy. A new study is raising serious questions about artificial intelligence, specifically ChatGPT. In this study, the chatbot was asked serious public health questions related to abuse, suicide, and other medical crises. ChatGPT provided critical resources like assistance hotline numbers only about 22% of the time. The study suggests public agencies could help AI companies ensure important resources are part of how an AI system responds to health inquiries. Now, when it comes to artificial intelligence, most workers say they are not afraid of it. A survey by accounting firm KPMG found 57% of workers do not see generative AI as an immediate threat to their jobs. But surveys are actually eager to learn AI skills. Americans are getting bombarded with more and more of those annoying robocalls. The company, Umail, says nearly 5.1 billion robocalls were placed last month alone. That's up nearly 12% from April, and the first time hitting the 5 billion threshold since the end of 2019. Google is cracking down on office attendance. The company wants most workers to be in the office at least 3 days a week and will consider attendance as part of a staff performance. The Wall Street Journal says in an email to Google employees, workers were told those with frequent absences will be sent reminders, and new requests to work remotely full-time will be exceptions only. Tonight on the Fox 45 News at 4, who is the new head of the Baltimore Police Department? Taking a deeper dive into Richard Worley's qualifications to keep you safe. Then at 5, did Harrison make Baltimore safer? Breaking down the numbers behind his time as head of the Baltimore Police Department. And at 6, a victim's legal team speaking out. The latest developments after 2 people are indicted for the deadly Baltimore Beltway crash. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. If you have an Amazon device, just tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. All right, trending today, Americans are becoming increasingly fed up with tipping, and many have negative feelings about it. A Bankrate survey shows Americans think tipping culture is out of control. About 2/3 of those surveyed had at least one negative opinion about tipping. Also, about 2/3 say they'll still tip waiters, but overall tipping for services such as food delivery, hairstylists, and taxi drivers have dropped. 41% of participants say businesses should pay their workers more to stop them from depending on tips. Well, Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. I am so curious to see what you think about this, Mark. I used to be a server, so I have a lot of opinions on this. But what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think we do complain about a lot of things.
True.
I'm a fan of good service, good tip, but I'm also a fan of, at the end of the day, I am a tipper. I'm going to pretty much give you your 20% as long as you just don't suck. If you suck, you won't get a tip. But
you will. Okay, but what about the cases where you're not really getting any service? You know how they flip it around and now you're...
Oh, yeah. No, I have no problems denying that tip. I mean, if you didn't do anything, I think people don't like to say no. So then they complain. All you gotta do is not tip. I mean, if you're just standing there, like we ordered Chinese the other night, celebrate my birthday. Yeah, shout out. And it was a nice order, but am I giving the guy a tip? No.
Even while they're watching you, though, that doesn't make you feel pressure?
I'd be like, no, thank you. Nope. No, sir.
Absolutely not. See,
some people do try to pressure.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I always tip, especially because I was a server, so I know that they're not making money without those tips. But I think there needs to be a change because you go overseas, you go to Europe, they're making enough money where they're not relying on tips.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other show, right?
Right. We'll have to get more into that.
And you're already doing
time.
2 shows, so keep going.
Exactly. All right, thanks, Mark. Oh, well, some wild photos of the smoky air are flooding social media. For a closer look, let's go to meteorologist Amy Aronson.
Let's head to the beach where actually they're still dealing with a little bit of haze and some smoke too, but improving conditions as we head into the weekend. So here's a morning shot from Ocean City. Actually looks kind of peaceful and it doesn't look as bad there either. Another shot from the boardwalk. So still dealing with that code orange air quality, but of course improving conditions from yesterday's, and we will continue to improve as we head into the weekend. Good news if you're headed down to the beach this weekend. Yes, there's a chance for some spotty showers and storms today, but that's going to help clear out our atmosphere even more, allowing for sunshine to return Saturday and Sunday with temperatures warming their way into the mid-70s. So here's a look at our air quality forecast right here in the Baltimore area. Still in the orange category today, so still unhealthy for sensitive groups, but improving back into the moderate category both Saturday and Sunday. And we are looking at improving conditions down at the Inner Harbor. Temperatures warming into the mid-70s today with that chance for some afternoon showers and potentially a storm. That's going to lead us into a dry and a warm weekend, and air quality will just only continue to improve. So here comes that little disturbance pushing in from the north. Doesn't look like much right now on the weather map, but eventually we'll see some scattered showers and even some storms develop. Future scan shows that happening right around 1 o'clock and lasting through this evening through about 7 o'clock. After that, we're dry for the rest of the weekend. Smooth sailing through your Saturday and through your Sunday before our next weather maker gets here. So here comes that next weather maker moving in from the west. That's going to send us our next best chance of rain actually by Monday afternoon. So this weekend, you've got time to enjoy the pool. Not necessarily today because we've got some lingering haze and that chance for some late day showers. But Saturday and Sunday look better for it. Plus, we're heating up. Mid-80s on Saturday, getting close to 90 by the end of the weekend. A quick look ahead shows after a dry weekend, we are tracking that chance for some rain on Monday, which we actually really need since we are dealing with moderate drought conditions. And then a stray shower will linger Tuesday to Wednesday. After that, a long stretch of the 80s that's going to take us through the end of next week.
Thank you. Trending now, did you catch him? A familiar face on Jeopardy last night. David Ford there is from Pasadena. And last night, he got his chance to compete on the classic game show Jeopardy. Our Tom Rogers sat down with him earlier this morning about his experience being on the game show.
One thing sitting on the couch and then getting up there under the lights and the pressure, it's completely different. But I loved it. I enjoyed every second of it. It was almost euphoric, so to speak, to finally live out my dream, because it's a dream, and it's a dream for not only myself but everybody who steps onto that stage, because they are realizing the effort and the books that they read and the flashcards that they study and everything.
How much studying are you doing before this?
My whole life, but more realistically, in the last few months, between the time that I knew I was going to be on and my air date, it was a lot of brushing up on world capitals and presidents and the like.
Wow, good for him. Well, sadly, David, though, says he won't be making any big purchases anytime soon, as he did not move forward to tonight's show. But he says, nevertheless, it was a dream being on the show. And remember, you can watch Jeopardy weekdays at 7 right here on Fox 45. Well, still ahead, a dream job unless you're lactose intolerant. Why one college is hiring professional cheese tasters. And a warning about your summer vacation. Why one airport is already warning of backups and delays months in advance. It's 11:23. You're watching Fox 45 News Midday. All right, don't miss this. Your summer travel plans could be met with a big hiccup, especially if you're traveling overseas. London's Heathrow Airport is expecting about a month of disruptions and possible cancellations while security officers are on strike. The strike will impact 2 terminals, including the terminal which receives international flights from United, American, and Delta. About 2,000 security officers plan to strike June 24th through August 27th. Well, it is time now for your lunch break. And great news for cheese lovers. You can now get paid to eat cheese. The Center for Dairy Research at the University of Wisconsin-Madison wants to hire a cheese taste tester. The job posting says the ideal candidate will be passionate about all types of foods, but especially cheese, pizza, and other dairy products. Those hired will be responsible for describing and evaluating the food's appearance, texture, aroma, and flavor. You are speaking my language. I love that. Well, that's all the time we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next, and Mark Clark is back with a preview. Hey, Mark.
It's like a whole new meaning for cheese-eating grin, right? So tell your boss bye and grab your suitcase. Coming up, a new study says vacations are a vital part of our mental and physical health. That's coming up next on Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with comedian Ray Diva.
Hey, guys.
Good
What's up,
morning,
y'all?
sisters.
Hello. Happy Friday.
Let me tell you right now, if you haven't booked a summer vacation, you might want to get on it. New research shows time away from work is necessary to maintain good mental health as well as physical health. Still, just about 46% of workers who get paid for time off say they use it all to reap the most benefits. Researchers say you need at least a full week away from work. I'm a big believer. My first job, I made $14.5. It was in Huntsville, Alabama. I still took my trip to Jamaica.
You better.
With no money.
Yes.
But I'm a big believer in vacation. Ray Diva, do you believe in vacation?
I can't afford the vacation, so my life's a wreck.
Oh, that's why. And that's why the life is a wreck. Because you can't afford it.
Can't go nowhere.
You can
Only
afford.
Baltimore.
What?
I mean, come
It's a
on.
Baltimore vacation.
It's a Baltimore vacation.
The leather pants can go anywhere,
I
boo.
believe it. I do believe that
You like to see it.
vacationing
Yes. It's a must.
helps you mentally.
It does. It does. Oh yeah, vacation. I'm a vacation whether I'm at work or away from work. I just always vacation mindset. You have to be in that mindset. Honestly, vacations really do help with your mental health because you need to be away. You need to like dream of yourself just away from here, and it just helps you. It makes you more productive. So
And shout out
more
to
time
people.
away.
Some people do not take vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we want you to tell
That's
us.
true.
Let's find out. Do you use all your vacation time? Vote on our website, Fox Baltimore, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on our lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. Now, at the end of the show, we'll see what everybody's talking about, okay? Chocolate milk may be coming off the menu at public, elementary, and middle school cafeterias. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is considering a ban on flavored milk, including chocolate, strawberry, and other varieties, to be part of a new set of standards for school meals aimed at limiting the amount of sugar and salt in meals to reduce childhood obesity. Now, let me tell you something. Now, y'all had no plan. Chocolate milk, cowboy steak, pigs in a blanket, pizza, all this stuff was introduced to us in
Hot
school.
fries.
Shepherd's pie.
The hot fries.
Shepherd's pie. Like, all milk should be banned from school.
You remember as a kid, nobody
milk.
drank vanilla milk. Nobody
No,
drank, I mean,
all
not
milk.
vanilla, regular whole milk.
Yeah,
It
look
was
at
like
you said
chocolate
vanilla.
milk.
Yeah.
You said like it was French vanilla. It is not.
I know. Like, nobody drank French vanilla milk. It was like,
no.
but the kid who did was the one who had the mom who cut the bread, the crust
Oh, they were
off the bread.
spoiled.
They were like,
yeah, they were like super
No,
spoiled.
milk is not good in school. That would help the bathrooms and everything. Like, milk is just so
No,
bad.
come on. Milk is good
All
for
kids
you.
who throw
Oh,
up.
wait a
No,
minute.
it's
So,
not.
Look, okay, school milk built your immune system, all right? It built you up to take on those hard things that you were
Please
going to
don't
take on
cancel
later
us.
on in life.
Lady T, what is
You
going
need
on?
that. You need that chocolate milk,
That is so
okay?
funny, but Lady
It's
T,
going to
first
sustain.
First time I disagree with
We
Lady
were
T.
taught that, though. We really were taught that was building our bones
But
and
it's
whatever.
not.
But it was rotting our teeth.
Actually,
Yes, rotting your teeth, but building your immune system for the flu or cold you were going to have soon after. I'm telling you, it helps you out.
Okay, wow. Okay, let's move on. A new study says the reason early bird risers are more satisfied about life might have to do with religion. Scientists in Poland found those who woke up early were more likely to be religious than those who slept in later. They tended to be happier, more punctual, did better in school, and shared more conservative values. Sadly, this sounds like propaganda because I'm 57, and that was the thing. You got up, you prayed. I don't see young people doing that at all.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I
What do
agree
you
with
think,
them.
Lady
I
T?
think
you do.
My best dreams happen between 5 and 7 in the morning.
It's
So,
very
yeah,
true.
and it's so
Very, very
productive.
true.
It'd be so good because I can't get up.
Well, why are we? What does she say? I can't get out. I agree.
The opposite.
I totally agree with her, though.
Lady T, wait a minute.
I don't feel like, yeah, she's definitely on the opposite.
Lady T, we know you churchy.
Yeah,
so-
listen, you know I'm all about G-O-D, but
Yes.
there ain't nothing good coming from you waking up before Jesus do. Okay, if I'm waking up before God does, I feel like that's a problem, okay?
Well.
The sunrise and sunset, I cannot,
First of all,
y'all.
Jesus is always awake, Lady T.
He's 24/7 on my mind.
whatever time you need him,
Hallelujah.
He's gonna be awake.
He's gonna be
Wouldn't
awake.
it be terrible if Jesus
Yeah.
was asleep? You'd be like, I just need you right now.
I just need you right. He's like, oh, let
Do
me
you
get
think
up.
he took a nap during COVID though? Because like,
He was
a lot
like,
of my
wow.
prayers went unanswered.
A lot of them. But they was, you know what, he couldn't get past
On
the house.
lockdown, a lot
And you
of
were on
prayers.
shields. You were shielded.
At 5 to 6, you need to get up and
Yes.
pray.
That's what it is,
Well, again,
and that's
thanks
why
so
you
much.
did it.
Where are you going to be this weekend?
In Baltimore. I mean, at the Port Comedy Club.
At the
Oh,
Port.
Port. Okay,
Yes.
come on, sis.
And also shout out to the leather pants. Give it up for the
Come
leather
on,
pants.
leather pants.
This is why
understand.
vacations are
Leather in the
happening.
spring.
These
Leather in
are-
the spring.
Yeah, they're holding it together.
Well,
They're holding
thank you so
everything. They
much.
suck us all in. That's
All right,
right.
summer's here. That means it's starting to get hot out. Coming up, a new way to cool your car down on hot summer days. Still ahead when it comes to acne, it's not just something that affects teens. Coming up, we'll chat with a local doctor about some common myths and how to take control of your skin once and for all.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Stacyville has a handy tool to help keep your car cool. That's right, during the sun. It's coming up right now on America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
When it's hot out and you're headed out to work and you're going to leave the car out all day in the hot sun, you want to keep it cool on the inside because you don't want to get in the car and you or your children or your pets burn themselves. We've got just the thing. It fits into the glove compartment. It's called the Brella Shade. So you open it up and you raise it, and it's going to keep the sun out and keep your car cool all day. The inside of your car can get up to 43 degrees hotter than it is outside. Brella Shade cuts that by 35 degrees. And then you know how when your car has that new car smell, if it gets really hot, it's releasing those toxins in the air, and that's not good for you. And I'm a Southern girl, and it's like hot 10 months out of the year, and I hate sitting in the car, and I burn myself. This is super easy. It fits in your glove compartment. Some of the other ones, you have to figure out where you're going to store them. That's not an issue with the Brella Shade. You just pop it into your glove compartment. And it's going to save and preserve the life of your car. No cracking on your leather. It's just going to make your car cooler and more comfortable. We all want that after a long day or even a short day. Right now, we're offering a great deal. It's an awesome deal. It's 25% off. Head over to asadeals.com.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Qterra.
If you suffer from acne, then you know all too well the never-ending battle to take control of your skin. Here to talk about the acne prevention is Dr. Sonia Batra. Dr. Sonia, how are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. How are you?
I'm great. So educate us. What is acne and who can get acne?
So sadly, acne is all too common. It's the #1 dermatologic condition. Over 50 million people in North America, and anyone can get acne. It has a whole range of presentations on the skin. You can get papules, you can get pustules, you can have the whiteheads, the blackheads, and basically that whole spectrum of appearances in terms of the way it changes your skin is due to a few factors like overproduction of oil, a tendency for the pores to clog with dead skin cells, and bacteria. So pretty much anyone can get it, but it definitely does range in severity. It can be mild, it can be cystic, it can be scarring.
And what are the most common myths about acne?
Well, I think one of the most common myths is that it only affects teenagers. And then I know everybody thinks of it when they're teenagers because they start to have those hormones that wake up the oil glands. But what we're really finding, especially in my practice as a dermatologist, is many adults are suffering from acne now, especially adult women suffering with hormonal acne. So it really doesn't spare age groups. It also affects all genders, all ethnicities. So it's not just the narrow stereotype you might have in your mind as to who actually gets breakouts and get acne.
Well, can you talk to us about some new treatments available to help clear up acne?
Yes, absolutely. So as dermatologists, we have a whole arsenal of things we can do, but one of the more exciting new technologies is a laser called AviClear. And what it is it's a wavelength of light that's actually targeting the sebum production in the oil glands. And it was the first FDA-cleared energy-based device for mild to severe acne. And what it does is it's actually going to alter that oil production in a long-term way. So it decreases the frequency, the severity, the intensity of breakouts. It's performed as 3 treatments in a doctor's office, so it's about 4 to 6 weeks apart from each treatment, but then the results are sustained, so you get much better results as time passes from that 3rd treatment, and even 12 months out from a series of treatments, 92% of patients had improvement in their acne.
And where can our viewers go to learn more information, Doc?
There's a website. It's called aviclear.com, and so you can learn more about it. You can check for a provider in your area. They're also on social media, on Instagram and on TikTok at AviClear.
Thanks so much for this great information, okay?
Thank you so much for having me.
Definitely. Have a great weekend. Still ahead, we're celebrating World Environment Day. We'll show you how small, everyday choices can make a big difference. But first, it's a common problem, and we've got a solution. Coming up, a dentist shares the solutions for bad breath. Whew.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
As a dentist, Dr. Joy Fremont takes care of everything from sleep apnea to teeth whitening, but one thing most patients don't like to talk about is bad breath. The good news is Dr. Fremont can help. She joins us now to share more. Doc, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Awesome. So, Doc, I'm just curious, with so many people on social media now, on Instagram, taking pics, are more people concerned about their teeth now? Is that happening?
They're more concerned about the appearance of their teeth, not so much the health of their teeth. Yes.
Wow. And so I mentioned in the tease about bad breath, and I know you know how to treat bad breath, and actually one of your products does treat it. So tell us, how did you come up with the name Miss Doctor Lady?
Well, actually, a friend of mine came with it because, as you can see, I don't look like I'm 50-something years old. And so 20-something years ago, I looked even younger, and no one wanted to call me Dr. Fremont. I'm not really big on names, but they call me Miss Freeman. I'm like, look, it's Dr. Fremont. So he was like, let's just call you Miss Doctor Lady and call it a day. So he called me that 25 years ago. So that's my name now. So they call me that in the streets here in Atlanta.
I love it. And so, speaking of bad breath now, can you tell us the cause and also maybe some common mistakes that we do with oral health that could cause it or cause other issues?
Well, of course, naturally, you think about the foods you eat, the garlic, the onions, things like that. But everyone pretty much wakes up with morning breath. However, it's a thing called volatile sulfur compounds. The sulfur in the middle is what really causes the bad breath, and we have to get it out. Not just by rinsing or brushing. You have to scrape your tongue every day and get everything out of your mouth, because the mouth is just a nasty part of your body. It just really is. It just is. So you have to go the extra mile by getting what was left in there all day. Scrape it out, brush it out, flush it out, and then you're good.
I love it. So talk to us about your foundation, because I'm trying to get all your information out there, because you're amazing.
Absolutely. Well, I am a proud graduate of HBCU, Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My family went there. My father was the National Alumni Association director. But when he passed away a few years ago, the day after he passed away, we started a foundation in his name. And that's 10 years ago. So this year, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And this year, we're celebrating 80 scholarships that have been given away to HBCU students who are attending there to study sciences, math, computer science, whatever you want to name it in the sciences. We take you to school, meaning we believe in education, we give away money. So this year, I think we've given away $600,000. So we've given a lot of money away, and it's all because of my dad and his love for education.
I love it. Dr. Fremont, are we seeing, more people finally go to dentists? I know you offer so many services from, for the teeth and also, anything in regard to the mouth, but are we seeing more people going to the dentist? Because I think so many people are afraid of the dentist.
They're still afraid. I haven't seen an uptick. One thing I tell everybody, that as long as you have teeth, I'll be in business. But people are still afraid, unfortunately. But I will say that with technology and medication and medicine, things have gotten a lot better. So root canals aren't as drastic as they used to be, but they're coming. But I wish they would understand that the mouth is part of your body, like your feet, your arms, your hands, your eyes. Take care of this too. We're here to help. We need to see you and smell you great. Unfortunately, they're coming in when they have toothaches, a chipped tooth, a pain, or whatever. Come in for your regular visits, and it's so much easier and so much cheaper too.
How can people follow you? And I know you have amazing products, but how can people follow you to test your products and find out more about you?
Well, I'm pretty easy. So Miss Dr. Lady, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, also the website, MissDrLady.com. And if you find me, you see that name, J-O-I is I, not J-O-Y, but type it in any kind of way you want to. I'm here. But I'm right here in Atlanta. I love seeing people every single day. I've been doing this now for 26 years, so I kind of sort of know what I'm doing, but I can definitely take care of you.
Well, Dr. Fremont, you have been a joy. Wait a minute. I'm here all week.
I got it.
Look forward to seeing you soon, okay? Take care.
Thank you. Take care.
Now over to Amy with the weather.
As we head into the weekend, if you're heading down to the beach, the good news is air quality is also improving there. Still a little bit of haze hanging around, but look at that pretty shot from Ocean City earlier this morning. Here's another shot from the boardwalk. Looks kind of empty right now, but that's because that code orange air quality alert is still in effect there too, but a definite improvement from yesterday. And we'll continue to see things improve as we head through the weekend. Yes, we're tracking some lingering haze today with that chance for some scattered showers and even a thunderstorm, but Saturday and Sunday look better. Skies should clear out. We'll welcome back some sunshine with highs in the mid-70s both days. Here at home, we are still in that orange category today, so unhealthy for sensitive groups. If you have issues breathing, still limit your time outside. But Saturday and Sunday look much better. We're back in the moderate category. Already, we can see a big improvement down at the Inner Harbor, and we'll see more of it as the weekend continues. We've got a brief chance for some scattered showers and even some storms this evening. Not enough to cancel your outdoor plans, but certainly enough to help clear out our atmosphere even more, allowing for a dry and warm weekend to unfold. So right now, things are quiet on the weather map. We are watching that disturbance as it drops in from the north. Should not be a big deal. We are just tracking some scattered showers firing up around 1 o'clock and lasting through about 7. After that, skies will clear. We welcome back sunshine, and that's what's going to dominate this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, before our next weather maker gets here. That next weather maker is pushing in from the west. We'll start to see first signs of it on Sunday. I think it holds off until Monday for us here in Maryland. So plenty of time to enjoy the pool. Not necessarily today because of the haze and that chance for some showers later, but Saturday and Sunday look great. We're actually heating up. We're getting close to 90 by the end of the weekend. A dry and a warm weekend coming up. Mid-80s for us tomorrow, near 90 by Sunday. Monday, our next best chance for rain. Some much-needed showers and storms arrive then. A stray shower will linger Tuesday and Wednesday, but after that, we're drier for the rest of the week. And high temperatures hanging out near normal. We've got a long stretch in the mid-80s that will take us all the way through the following weekend.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by 3M.
The relationship between consumer behavior and sustainability is often complex and sometimes unclear for individuals. Recent data from Morning Consult shows U.S. adults agree companies and science should prioritize more sustainable solutions, especially in renewable energy. All right, so Jayshree Seth, 3M corporate scientist and chief science advocate, joins us to share tips for building sustainable practices. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so how do consumer choices impact climate change?
Well, creating a more sustainable environment takes collective participation, and everyone's contribution matters. Individuals, organizations, businesses, government, and we all should be involved to drive positive change.
Okay, now what can they do, to build sustainability into everyday lives?
Yeah, I think we can be more thoughtful about what we buy, mindful about how we use, and careful about what we waste. And I think this purposeful strategy can really help build more sustainable practices in our lives. Think about everyday products. There may be more sustainable choices out there. We think a lot about that at 3M. I can give you examples of things that we have created for everyday life. For cleaning and washing dishes, we have sponges and scrubs that are plant-based. That's our Scotch Brite Greener Clean. Or you're mailing a gift to a loved one, we have something that's an alternative to plastic bubble wrap. It's Scotch Cushion Lock. It's 100% recycled and recyclable, so it's a great alternative. Or if you simply want to write a reminder to yourself, you'll use a Post-it note. We have posted recycled super sticky notes. They're made from 100% recycled paper. So the point is there are many great product choices for work, for home, and consumers can support these products, and they can support companies and brands whose purpose aligns with sustainability.
Okay, now with World Environment Day focus on plastic pollution, how can science innovations at scale address problems like plastic pollution and climate change?
Well, it's certainly a pressing global challenge, and as a material science company, we're committed to innovating, new products and solutions that use less plastic. And in the case of packaging, they're renewable, reusable, recyclable, or made with more recycled material. We really want to create solutions to some of the world's toughest challenges, like these ones that you are mentioning. And it's important because it's important to people and it's important to the planet. So we are creating solutions and more sustainable materials for the buildings we live and work in, the cars we drive, what we wear, how we clean our homes, how we ship our products. And I'm excited about what we can do as we move forward.
All right, very important. Where can our viewers go for more information?
Well, to learn more about how 3M solutions are improving lives around the world and where 3M is focusing on innovating next, please visit 3m.com/forward.
All right, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Still ahead, now's the time to plan your summer vacation. Coming up, how researchers say they've figured out the exact number of days you need to take off in order to have a healthy work-life balance. If you haven't booked a summer vacation, you might want to get on it. New research shows time away from work is necessary to maintain good mental health as well as physical health. Still, just about 46% of workers who get paid time off say they use it all. To reap the most benefits, researchers say you need at least a full week's away from work. That's interesting. We want you to tell it. Do you use all your vacation time? The majority says always.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend.